I want to address two topics that came up in a video I just watched called Evil Genius, a New Kind of Pilot Suicide by Jeff Wise, who has been doing a lot of work on the MH370 case of the missing airplane from 2014. Jeff has very irresponsibly and recklessly done this video with the accusation or the insinuation that it's almost certainly pilot suicide, when there's absolutely no evidence for that, and the evidence is much more likely, as laid out in a 17-page report about the most likely cause being water ingress into the EE bay. I'm not the technical person that can explain all the pilot stuff, but I just think it's incredibly irresponsible to, without any evidence, put this kind of a ridiculous video out. The other part to his video, besides the accusation and the going through all these pilot suicide, other ones that are more I guess more certain, is that he mentions the term mental health as if this is something like a broken pipe, or you fix something by doing this. Mental health is I think the dumbest phrase in our society, if not one of the dumbest, because it absolutely has no benefit. It solves nothing. It does not lay out any conclusions or any fixes for anything that's an issue. It just gives this blanket, let's do something about mental health, when what you're talking about is people making decisions that you may not like. Obviously, there's reckless decisions like suicides and mass murders and things like that. But you're going to use a phrase like mental health to pretend that you can, we're just going to address mental health. What do you mean? You're going to find somebody's, and study everybody's brain and make a conclusion and try to sell drugs? What is this mental health? It's just as reckless, I think, as the false accusations on pilots. People use these terms because somehow it's popularized with the idea that we're selling these drugs. These drug manufacturers are going to fix your mental health because where you have an imbalance of this or that. They don't ever do testing. They don't ever measure brain functions or anything real technical. They just assess you and say, let's sell you this drug because it's going to make a lot of money for big pharma. Let's find a way to cut the correct people in so that we can put these drugs on other people. I just have no idea why people go along with these simplistic and absolutely meaningless terms like mental health. I guess that's my Saturday night rant. I'm really disgusted by this video with the accusations about the pilots in Air India 171, who I think it's absolutely certain they didn't cause this plane crash, and there was a mechanical or technical or electrical issue. And again, back to the term mental health. Stop using it. It's a worthless term. If somebody has a bad upbringing and they don't have the best, and they get jealous and things like that, that's not mental health. That's just reality. That's what you've gone through, causing you, whether you are a really cheery person or whether you're a very serious person. Those are things that have everything to do with upbringing. You can't solve them by quote unquote addressing mental health. What do you even mean? What do you mean by addressing mental health? I have no clue what they're even insinuating. It's probably just a construction to try to push money around into these quote unquote social health services and enrich people for just talking to people, when those clearly don't solve these things. You're never going to figure out who's going to be a mass murderer and solve these family problems that we have enough trouble just solving our own home problems. We certainly want to stop mass murders, and we want to stop any reckless behaviors that affects others, and we certainly want to support people that are feeling suicidal, but addressing mental health isn't the answer because it's meaningless. Thank you.